of the lower extremity. And as you know, veins bring blood back to the heart. So what we're going to be looking at here is the veins in the hand, then the forearm, the arm, and then the shoulder, and then we're going to follow it around until it drains into the right atrium of the heart. Now, what the view you're going to be looking at is going to be as if you're looking at the right hand like this. So the lateral side, again, is the side with the thumb, also known as the radial side. I have my medial side here, which is on the side of the pinky. So let's go ahead and get started. And just to reiterate, we are looking at the right hand, right? We're looking at an anterior view. And as I draw this, this is going to be my medial side. And like I said, this is the side with the pinky. And then we have our lateral side. And this is the side of our thumb, okay? So I'm gonna be erasing this in just a little bit. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the hand, and I'm gonna start with something called the the superficial venous palmar arch. Now, the superficial venous palmar arch, this is going to be getting blood from the digital veins, which are in our fingers. So there's my superficial venous palmar arch. Now, also on the inside of the hand, or in the hand, in the palm region, I am going to have my deep. It's going to be my deep venous palmar arch. Okay, it's going to be the deep venous palmar arch. Now, the deep venous palmar arch is going to get blood from my metacarpal veins. Okay, these two are basically going to come together, and they are going to form two other veins. They're going to form on the medial side, they're going to form the ulnar vein. Okay, and I'm gonna go like this because I'm gonna be writing right in here. So I'm just gonna make this like this, a little arrow right there. Okay, so there's my ulnar vein, and on this side, they're going to make the radial vein. So this would be my radial vein that's right here. Okay, so I have my ulnar vein, I have my radial vein. Now, my ulnar vein and my radial vein are going to continue up, and then they're going to come together, and they're going to form my brachial vein. So this is going to be my brachial vein right here. Okay, so this part's going to be in the arm. This right here is my forearm, and down here is my hand. Okay, so we have that so far. Now, on the back of the hand, we actually have something else, which is going to be made up of several veins, and it's going to be called my dorsal venous network. Okay, and I'm just going to draw it kind of like this right here. Okay, so there's my dorsal venous network. Now, coming off my dorsal venous network, on the medial side, I'm going to have something called the Cephalic Vein, or the Cephalic Vein. And that's right there on the medial side. On the lateral side, I'm going to have another vein coming off, and this is going to be known as my Cephalic Vein. Okay, so there's my Cephalic Vein. Now, a few things here real quick. So right in here, between all these, in the center here, I am going to have another vein that's going to come up, and it's going to be made of some veins. That's why I drew that. So some veins are going to come together, and this is going to form what's known as my Anti-Cubital Vein. So let me just go like this, and then this right here, this brown one, is going to be called the median Anti-Cubital antebrachial vein. Okay, so this is my median antebrachial vein. Now, I'm showing the median antebrachial vein. It's going to come up here and connect with my basilic vein. Okay, so it's going to connect with this. Now, in actuality, this may actually come over and meet over here with the cephalic vein. So, just so you know, it can go to either side, or in some cases, it can even go to both. So, just for this purpose, we're going to say it goes to the basilic vein. So now, next thing that's going to happen is this is going to continue up. And when we get to about the elbow, I am going to have another vein that's going to come off my cephalic vein. So I'm going to have another vein that's going to come off my cephalic vein. It's going to cross over, and it's going to go to my basilic vein that's over here. So this here, we are going to call this the median cubital vein. So there's my median cubital vein, okay? And that's going to cross from my cephalic vein over to my basilic vein. As this continues up, remember, this is the medial side, this is the lateral side. As this continues up, it's going to go up. My basilic vein continues up, my cephalic vein continues up. And then eventually what's going to happen is my brachial vein is now going to go over, and it's going to attach to my basilic vein that's up in here. So it's going to go over here and connect to this basilic vein. Okay, and this is basically up in the bicep area now. Okay, that's why we call it the brachial vein. When it does, this will now become my axillary vein. So there's my axillary vein, and this is going to head up into the armpit. So I have my median anti-cubital vein. I have my median cubital vein and my brachial vein. In this case, I have all of those draining into the basilic vein. My cephalic vein is also going to continue up, and then it's going to come over, and it's going to meet with the axillary vein. And then this is going to continue, and it's going to go towards the clavicle. And once it gets to a certain point here, what's going to happen is this is now going to be called my subclavian vein. So it's going to become my subclavian vein. Okay, and there's my subclavian vein. Okay, now coming down from the head, I am going to have my internal jugular vein. Okay, when my internal jugular vein meets with the subclavian vein, it's going to become the brachiocephalic vein. So now I got my brachiocephalic vein coming like this. And I'm going to call this one my right brachiocephalic vein. Okay? And coming over here will be, because everything that's happening here is going to be happening on the left side. I'm just showing you the end here. So this would be my left brachiocephalic vein. Okay, these are going to come together, and they're going to form my superior vena cava. So that's going to be my superior vena cava right here. And then my superior vena cava is going to drain into the right atrium of the heart. Okay, so this right here would be my right atrium. Right there. Okay, so that's basically the veins of the upper extremity, and thank you so much for watching.